ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितमेन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिधिनाम्ने नमस्ते सारस्वतीदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादिपाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीरसादि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Okay, so let me share my screen. So last week, so we are reading Bhakti Rasāmṛta Sindhu, and in that Bhakti Rasāmṛta Sindhu is divided into 4 sections, and we are reading the first section. And within the first section, we have 4 chapters. We are reading the second chapter, and in the second chapter, we are looking at 64 angas of bhakti, or 64 ways to do devotional service. Rupa Goswami has written that, and now we are currently reading the 63rd anga of bhakti, that is Nama Sankirtanam. And the Nama Sankirtanam, the last 5 angas of bhakti, the last 5 limbs of devotional service, are the best. And within that last 5, we have deity worship and association of devotees. Then we have Bhagavatam, reading Bhagavatam, and then Nama Sankirtanam, which is what we are currently reading. The next one will be living in Mathura Dham and living in specifically Mathura Dham. So in the fourth anga, that is about the among the last 5, the fourth anga is Nama Sankirtanam, and Rupa Goswami is giving multiple quotations to support his statement, and we are reading the last quotation. अतः श्रीकृष्णनामादीना भवेद्ग्राह्यमिन्द्रियैः सेवोन्मुखे हि जिह्वादौ स्वयं एव स्फुरत्यदः. अतः श्रीकृष्णनामादीना भवेद्ग्राह्यमिन्द्रियैः. So he says that Krishna's name, etc., cannot be grasped by our material senses. Cannot be Krishna Namadi Grahyam, Indriyahi Grahyam. It cannot be grasped by the senses. What are all the things? See, Krishna Nama, the name of Krishna. Then other things are also there, which is the pastimes of Krishna, the form of Krishna. We cannot see Krishna with our material eyes. We cannot hear the voice of Krishna with our material ears. We cannot smell the fragrance of Krishna through our material nose. It cannot happen. Sevon mukhehi jivadav swayam eva spuratyadaha. Sevon mukhe, those who have inclination to serve the Lord. To those persons, Krishna's name, form, qualities, everything automatically appear in their senses, starting from mouth, starting from tongue. Jihva means tongue. So we look at it, what does that mean? First it says that you cannot grasp with the senses, and then next you are saying that it will appear in the senses. So what does that even mean? So here Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur gives explanation. We look at that. अतः श्रीकृष्णनामादिना सह कृष्णस्य प्राकृतभेद अभावात् श्रीकृष्णनामरूपगुणलीला परिकर वैशिष्ट्यम् इन्द्रियैः प्राकृतभोगपरैः नेत्रकर्णनासा जीवा त्वगादिभिः ग्राह्यं रूपशब्दगन्धरसस्पर्शादि विषयीकृतं na bhavet. So what he says is the name of Krishna, etc. So etc. means you already have Krishna's name, form, qualities, pastimes, his associates, all of these things. You have it cannot be grasped by the senses. And why? Because the senses are material senses. The senses enjoy material things. It cannot experience spiritual things directly. It cannot explain spiritual. It cannot experience spiritual things. So what are all the material senses? Netra, your eyes. Karna, your ears. Nose, tongue, your skin. All these things cannot grasp. What are all the things that are grasped by these senses? Rupa. Through your eyes, you see a form. I can see a laptop in front of me, or I can see a car. I can see a tree. Like that, I can see the form of the tree, form of the car, form of the laptop, right? Shabda, through ears we hear sound. Gandha, through nose we smell the fragrance. Rasa, to um, to tongue, through tongue we taste. We different items like gulab jamun, halwa, like that. Sparsha, through skin we feel touch. If I touch somebody, through skin, I'm able to see that I'm touching something. Or somebody touches me from behind, I can recognize it. Why? Because through my skin. So all these things are experiencing material things. Jada bhoga. It experiences jada, the matter, not the spirit. Jada para indriyanam alabhyam cha. So you cannot grasp spiritual things with the material senses. Krishna's name, form, qualities are all spiritual. You cannot grasp with the material senses. Then the question comes, Tarhi katham etad kidrishanam jivanam ashrayitavyam. Then who can grasp it? How can a jiva grasp it? Which jiva can grasp it? What type of jiva can grasp it? Grasp or see the form of, can we ever see Krishna or not? Right? The question comes. Tatra hasevon mukhe aprakrita buddhya shuddha Krishna bhajana pravrite jivadau shuddha sattvamaye indriye. So sevon mukhe. What does it sevon mukhe means? Aprakrita buddhi. Aprakrita buddhi through your spiritual intelligence, not material intelligence. To your spiritual intelligence, when you have the inclination to perform pure bhakti, at that time, you get a spiritual body. That spiritual body is Shuddha Sattva Maya. It's full of Shuddha Sattva. Shuddha Sattva means full of spirit. Your whole body is a spiritual body. So in that spiritual body, in the tongue, the Lord's form, the Lord's name will appear, Lord's form will appear and everything extra. Swayameva spurati prakatayati, it will manifest. So when you get a spiritual body, you can see Krishna, not with a material body. Next, we will look at 64th Anga, the last Anga of Bhakti. We are coming to the last one in the list. Atha Shri Mathura Mandale Sthitihi Yatha Padme. So the last Anga is living in the Mathura. This is not any holy place. This is specifically in Mathura. Mathura includes Vrindavan as well. Right? So this includes specifically Mathura or the Vraja and its surroundings. From the Padma Purana, he is giving a quotation. Anyeshu punya tirteshu muktihi eva mahapalam. You can go to other tirthas, other holy places. In other holy places, what they avoid, what they award mukti, liberation as the great result. The greatest result you can obtain in other holy places is you can get mukti, liberation. Muktaihi prartya harehe bhaktihi mathurayam tu labhyate. But bhakti you can obtain in Mathura. What kind of bhakti is that? That bhakti which is even prayed by the muktas, the liberated souls. When the souls get liberated, they are seeking for bhakti. So that bhakti you can obtain in Mathura. You can not anywhere else. Trivargada kaminam ya mumukshunam cha mokshada. So those who are full of desires, they think, I don't care about moksha or bhakti or whatever. I care about artha dharma kama, sense enjoyment, nice wealth, and proper dharmic life. For those people, Mathura gives all these three things, three vargada. It gives three things. What the three things is? Dharma, Artha, Kama. So if you want some nice sense gratification, you can go to Mathura, and then Mathura will award you. If you want dharmic life, you are very much attached to living a dharmic life, you can go and live in Mathura. If you want wealth, a lot of wealth, you can live in Mathura. You will get a lot of wealth. Mumukshunam cha mokshada. Those who are interested in mukti, they will get moksha from Mathura. So you can go there as well. Bhakti ichoho bhakti da. Those who are desiring for bhakti, Mathura will give bhakti. Therefore, which intelligent person will not take shelter of Mathura? Tam Mathuram na ashriyet buddha. Which intelligent person will not take the shelter of Mathura? Aho Madhupuri Dhanya. Oh, the Madhupuri is greatly fortunate. Vaikunta cha gariyasi. It is greater than Vaikunta. Dinam ekam nivasena harav bhakti prajayate. One day you stay in Mathura, you will get bhakti for Hari. Ekam dinam nivasena haro bhakti prajayate. One day you stay in Mathura, you will bhakti will appear within you. All right. So there is a big commentary. There is no commentary by Sri Jiva Goswami or Vishwanath Chakravarti on this verse. However, there is a big commentary by Mukunda, a commentator called Mukunda. So we'll look into that. He's providing interesting insights from Rupa Goswami's works only. So we'll look into that. Vaikuntat Goloka Akyat Sri Krishnasya Vaikuntat Golokasya Gokula Vaibhavatvam Darshadbihi Etam Shlokam. So here the word Vaikunta is used. That this Mathura is greater than Vaikunta. So what is this Vaikunta being referred here? Is it the Vaikunta that is Lord Vishnu's Vaikunta? Mathura is greater than Lord Vishnu's Vaikunta? Of course it is greater than Lord Vishnu's Vaikunta. But is that what is being said here? He says, Vaikuntat Golok Akyat. Vaikunta here means Goloka. Krishna's abode. So Mathura is greater than Krishna's abode called Goloka. What? It's very confusing. What is it? We thought like we are going back to Goloka. What is that? So he says, Goloka means Gokula Vaibhavatvam. So there are two places called Goloka and Gokula. There is Goloka, there is Gokula. Gokula, when it manifests its Aishwarya Bhava, or full with reverence and attitude, then it becomes Goloka. You have two Krishna's abode, Goloka and Gokula. Gokula is more focused on sweetness, Goloka is more focused on Aishwarya. But both are Krishna's abode. This is not we are talking about Dwaraka or the Mathura where Krishna lives. This one we are talking specifically about Krishna's abode, the Vraja Krishna's abode. Right? Evam saptapurinam cha iti udahritya vaikuntat golokat iti vyakya granta kritvihi eva bhagavatamrite darshita asti. So, the Grantha Krit, that is the author of this work, which is Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami has written a work called Laghu Bhagavatamrita. So in the Laghu Bhagavatamrita, he gives this conclusion. So in the Laghu Bhagavatamrita, he writes this verse there in Laghu Bhagavatamrita. So after writing this verse, he is writing other verses as well. That Mukunda, the commentator Mukunda, he is actually quoting that. This is all, all these things are from Laghu Bhagavatamrita. Tad yatha yattu Goloka namasya tacha Gokula Vaibhavam. What is called Goloka? That is nothing but the Aishwarya manifestation of Gokula. Gokula is the sweet manifestation and the Goloka is the Aishwarya or opulent manifestation of Gokula. Or Goloka is the opulent manifestation of Gokula. Saha Golokaha yata Brahma Samhitayam Shutaha. So this Goloka is what is glorified in Brahma Samhita. Goloka namni nijadhamni tale chatasya Devi Mahesha Haridhama Suteshu Teshu Tete Prabhavanachaya Vigitaschayena Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. तथा च अग्रे श्रियकान्त परमपुरुष कल्पतरोवो ध्रुमा भूमिश्चिन्तामणि गणतो मयि तोयममृतं कथागानं नाट्यं गमनम् अपि वंशी प्रियसखि चिदानन्दं ज्योति परमपि तद् आस्वाद्यमपि च स यत्र क्षीराब्धि स्रवति सुरभीभ्यः च सुमहान् निमेष अर्धाख्य वा व्रजति न हि यत्रापि समय भजे श्वेतद्वीपं तमहं ह्यं गोलोकं दिस् इस् द गोलोक गोलोकमिति यं विदन्तः ते सन्तश्यति वर्णचारा कतिपये. So let's look at the Brahma Samhita verses. This is 533. 550, 543. Lowest of all is located Devi Dhama. Next above it is Mahesha Dhama. Above Mahesha Dhama is Hari Dhama, and above them is Krishna's own realm name Goloka. I adored the primeval Lord Govinda, who has attained the respective authorities to the rulers of the graded realms. So these are the different, you have like Devi Dhama, then Hari Dhama, then Devi Dhama, then Mahesha Dhama, then you have Hari Dhama. That is the abode of Devi, that is Durga Devi. And then you have the abode of Mahesha or Shiva. And then you have the abode of Hari. Huh? And then Hari, and which is basically and then above, okay, even above that is what Goloka is situated. And then 556, let's look at 556. I worship the transcendental seat known as Shweta Dvipa, whereas loving consorts, the Lakshmis, in their unalloyed spiritual essence, practice the amorous service of the Supreme Lord Krishna as their only lover, where every tree is a transcendental purpose tree, where the soil is the purpose gem, all water is nectar, every word is a song, every gate is a dance, the flute is the favorite attendant, effulgence is full of transcendental bliss, and the supreme spiritual entities are all enjoyable and tasty, where numberless milk cows always emit transcendental oceans of milk, where there is eternal existence of transcendental time, who is ever present and without past or future, and hence is not subject to the quality of passing away even for the space of half a moment. That realm is known as Goloka only to a very few realized souls in this world. So if you look at it here, it talks about that what are all the things are there. Going back here, everything is made of chintamani gem, all the dust particles there. And then you have um, um, what else you have? You have desire trees. Huh? You can go and ask any tree; it will just fulfill your desires. And then you have also the surabhis, which are just producing unlimited amount of milk. So all these are showing the Aishwarya aspect. You wouldn't see in the Vraja pastimes where Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda are there. They are going and praying to the desired tree. No, that those things are not visibly done. So it is there in the other manifestation called Goloka. यथा पातालखण्डे अहो मधुपुरी धन्या वैकुण्ठा च गरीयसि दिनमेकं निवासेन हरो भक्तिः प्रजायते एवं सप्तपुरीणां तु सर्व उत्कृष्टं तु मातुरां श्रूयता महिमा देवी वैकुण्ठ भुवन उत्तमः येषाम् अर्थः. So all these are quotations from Laghu Bhagavatamrita. The meaning is being explained here. Shriyah kantah kantah paramapurushaha iti vivaha abhave api swakiyatvam eva tatra paryavasanam na parakiyatvam. So if you look at the Brahma Samhita verse, here it says Shriya Kanta Kanta Paramapurusha. So here, if you look at it, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur has translated it as the loving consorts, the Lakshmis. So basically, these are the consorts of the Lord who are having swakiya relationship with the Lord. This is not parakiya relationship. That is paramourship. There is no paramourship there. There is only the married relationship kind of a thing. Though it is vivaha bhave, there is no explicit marriage, but you have the Swakiya relationship is there with Krishna. There is no Parakiya. Kalpatravaha, Drumaha, Ityadina, Aishwaryasya cha, Pradhanata cha. So here he says that, there is the Kalpataru or the desire trees. All these things are just indicating this is the Aishwarya aspect that is being described, the Goloka, not the Gokula. And then he gives further quotation from Danakeli Kaumudi as well, where he says, Amnaya adhvara tirtha mantra tapasam swarga akila swarginam siddhinam agatam dvayoho api tayoho chichakti vaikundayoho viryam yat pratate tataha api gaganam shri mathura mandale divya tatra tataha api tundilataram vrindavane sundari. So here it says that you can study the Vedas, or you can do fire sacrifices, or you can go to different holy places, or you can chant many mantras, or you can perform unlimited number of austerities, or you can be a resident of heaven, or you can be a yogi having possessing great siddhis. Even whatever the power you are going to encounter, or you can or it can be Vaikuntha Loka itself, or it can be the Chichakti of the Lord. Whatever the power displayed in all these things, more than that is displayed in Mathura Mandala, in the Mathura. But then within that Mathura, we have two divisions. One is Vrindavan, Vraja, the Gokula part. And then you have the other part is the Puri, or the city part. You have the Vraja part, you have the city part, Mathura city, and then you have Mathura forest, the Vrindavan. So Vrindavan is even superior than the entire Mathura Mandala. That means like that Vrindavan is very, very special within the Mathura. That's what this verse is saying. So by this, what he is trying to say is that the word Vaikunta is mentioned in this verse is actually referring to the Goloka, not the regular Vaikunta that we know. Okay. Now going back here. Where is it? Okay. Mathura Mandalam Goloka Rupam. So this is Gokula Rupam. So as we talked, we have like two Krishnas aboard. No, we have multiple Krishnas aboards. One is we have Dwaraka, and then we have Mathura. Okay, Dwaraka and Mathura. And then within Mathura, we have city and Vrindavan forest. And then a replica of that is there, which is Aishwarya aspect, which is Aishwarya manifestation. That is called Goloka. So you have Gokula and you have Goloka. Gokula, you have two aspects, which is that the city and the city part is there, and then you also have the actual Gokula part. Sorry, I mixed it up. So you have Dwaraka, and then you have Mathura. So within the Mathura, you have the city part, and then you have the Gokula part. So you have the city part and the Gokula part. And then within that Gokula is what being talked about. That is the most the sweetness aspect is present there. Mathuram cha dvidha prahu gokulam purameva cha, Laghu Bhagavatamrita says. So Mathura has two aspects. One is the Gokula, the other aspect is the city. Okay. So what is going to be there? Here he says that in the Goloka, will there be rasa dance? Like Krishna's very sweet pastimes. So we have Gokula and Goloka. So within that Goloka, do we have Krishna's rasa pastimes? No, that's not going to be there. Why? Because rasa pastime, if it has to happen, it has to happen with his paramour relations, not with uh, not with his own wives. It has to happen with a paramo relationships. So that therefore, it is not going to happen in Goloka. In Goloka, you don't have the Parakiya relationship. You have only Swakiya. So within the Parakiya relationship, you have rasa dance. Uh, so there is not going to be rasa dance. Though that kind of sweet aspect is not going to be present over there. And then there is another quotation from Brihad Bhagavatamrita, which talks about that though Krishna may manifest himself in other places, like he can manifest as Krishna in Vaikunta or Goloka or in other places, but he is not going to be like the same sweet Krishna that he appears in Gokula or Vraja. He's going to be different. Even though he may appear like with a flute, he may appear with the cows, he may appear with his cowherd boyfriends, uh, he may not manifest the same sweetness. That's what he says. Tata na spurtihi. He is not going to manifest exactly like that, which is what is given in the quotation from Brihad Bhagavatamrita. So, what is it happening in Brihad Bhagavatamrita is Gopakumar was chanting the mantra of his Ishta Devata, which is Vraja Krishna in Madan Gopal. So he was Ishta Devata Madan Gopal or Vraja Krishna, he was chanting. And then somehow he obtained Vaikunta. There is a big story about that. So he went to Vaikunta. But then he was not satisfied in Vaikunta. So his thought process is being explained in these verses. It says, Targi eva sarvagya shromanim prabhum Vaikuntanatham kila nandanandanam lakshmiyadikantaha kalayami radhika kalayami radhika mukhaha cha dasadiganan vraja arbakan. So what happens is when he was in Vaikunta, so in Vaikunta who is present? Vishnu is present. So Vishnu is present with his wives such as Lakshmi. So when he is present there, when Gopakumar sees that Vishnu form, he actually sees Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj. And when he looks at Lakshmi, he looks at as Radha. And then the servants of Vishnu are all appearing as Vraja, the people of Vraja, to Gopakumar. So when Gopakumar is living in Vaikunta, he is looking at everybody as the Vrajavasis. Tathapi, see, not imagining, he is seeing actually. For him alone, not for others. Tathapi asyam vrajakshamayam prabhu sa parivarakam viharantam tatha na ikshe kidhyante sma iti manmanaha. Even when that happens, you should be satisfied because you are seeing Krishna, Krishna's associates, everything, Radha, everybody you are seeing. But he says that my mind is not satisfied. My mind feels very sad. Uh, because he's not exactly seeing what would the sweetness that is there in Vraja. कदापि तत्र उपवनेषु लीलया तथा लसन्तं निचितेषु गोगणैः पश्यामि अमुं कर्हि अपि पूर्ववत् स्थितं निज आसने स्वप्रभुवत् स सर्वथा. So what happens? Sometimes he would see that the forest there in Vaikunta, uh, in the forest there in Vaikunta, he would suddenly see all the cows, and then he would see uh, the Vishnu appearing as Krishna and so on and so forth. Then again, he would remember, oh, this is not Krishna, this is actually Vishnu, because of the effect of Vaikunta. So if you're in Vaikunta, always that will come to your mind. And then you will again think that, oh, he is actually Vishnu, I should respect. He is like a Prabhu, he is my master. Like that, the thoughts come to you all the time. तथापि तस्मिन् परम एष बुद्धेः वैकुण्ठ लोक आगमनं स्मृतेः च सञ्जायमान आदरगौरवेण तत् प्रेमहन्या स्वमनः न तृप्येत्. So when that comes, when you are aware that he is actually Parameshwara, you're not, he is not actual Krishna, when that thought comes to your mind, then what happens? Immediately you feel very reverent toward Krishna, the form of the Lord. And then your prema gets restricted. When your prema gets restricted, you don't feel satisfied. I mean, if you are, aspiring toward Krishna. So the Gopakumar is feeling the same thing. So from this, what is being said is that though Krishna will manifest himself in Goloka, his manifestation is since filled with Aishwarya, you will not get the same experience that you are going to get from Gokula. So the question comes is finally, who will go to Goloka and who will go to Gokula? Right? So we'll continue next week. Hare Krishna. Any questions, comments, thoughts?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavad Pranam Jai Shri Prabhupada. So there was a little confusion in the beginning, like you mentioned Mathura is better than Goloka, and that Goloka is a Aishwarya aspect of Gokula. So where exactly this Goloka is there, Prabhu?
It is in the spiritual world.
So can you show us like on that chart, Prabhu, Goloka, that chart?
Goloka chart. Okay, let's see. I do not know if they have drawn that or not. Let's see.
I do have some questions, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. One second. Let me just open this one.
Yeah.
Large. So I have a chart here, but it is not very clear. You could see this.
Yes, Prabhu, we could see it.
Here you see this Shweta Dvipa. You see this? In Hindi it is written Shweta Dvipa.
Yes, Prabhu.
That is the Goloka. Then you have that inside. This is
Prabhu, can you zoom that portion?
this one. No, this is not clear, but not very clear.
Okay. So point with some red color or some other thing which can.
You cannot see my mouse cursor.
We can see, Prabhuji, actually, your
Yeah.
cursor.
So that left portion?
No, this outside. I mean, this picture you can only draw small. Don't think that it is actually very small. This is the Shweta Dvipa, and then you have this Gokula inside here. So this Shweta Dvipa is what is Goloka.
So, yeah, Mataji, after you, I can ask questions. If you have any questions, you can ask.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what we call Goloka, this Goloka, what you're right now telling.
What we are not?
We always say that we have to go back to Godhead when we say that we want to go to Goloka Vrindavan, we say it. So Goloka Vrindavan is different from what Goloka you're saying?
Goloka is an Aishwarya manifestation of Gokula. So this Shweta Dvipa should not be confused with the Shweta Dvipa that we have in the Bhumandala. There is a Shweta Dvipa in Bhumandala, Milk Ocean. Okay, so that is within this universe, right? Then you have beyond the universe, you have Brahma Jyoti. Beyond the Brahma Jyoti, you have like this Vaikunta. And then above Vaikunta, you have Ayodhya. Above Ayodhya, you have this Shweta Dvipa. And then within that, you have Gokula.
And where is the Mathura starting?
Mathura is actually, yeah. So this part is little not clear in this work, because he says Mathura has two parts, which is called Puri and Gokula. And then the Puri aspect, what is that Puri? Is that Goloka is referring to, or is he talking about like Mathura Puri? That part is a little bit unclear here. I'm not able to deduce that.
Okay. So this Puri, we refer to Jagannath Puri in here in the material realm. So is it
Puri
that
means
also
city.
present?
Puri means city.
Okay, that's city. Okay, you mentioned city portion and the Vrindavan forest portion. So
Correct.
okay. So so it is not clear right now that the city portion, is it referring to
Question
the
something about.
Mathura?
I have to look into it. I will look at it probably. I'll come. I'll talk about that in the next session if I get some idea
And
about it.
the centermost yellow portion that's the Gokula, and we aim to go there,
Yes,
Prabhu.
there are these petals are also talked about. There is no detail here. Maybe we could read that. This will explain. Also, this Shweta comes in other places also. In Jiva Goswami's commentary on Brahma Samhita, it comes. We also have in Laghu Bhagavatamrita. This topic, Gokula versus Goloka, comes in Brigad Bhagavatamrita. It comes in 10th canto also. So, when 10th canto, if you look at when Nanda Maharaj, when Nanda Maharaj goes to Varunaloka, so he goes and takes bath in the Yamuna river in the morning of Ekadashi or Dwadashi, I think. Ekadashi was still pervading, and you cannot take bath at the time in the river. Then Varuna server arrests Nanda Maharaj. And then when he arrests Nanda Maharaj, Krishna goes there and then retrieves him. So when Krishna went to Varunaloka, everybody is giving respect, including Varuna Bhagavan. So that's the first time Nanda Maharaj is seeing that, oh, all the demigods are worshipping Krishna. So he's not, after all, our son. So he's realizing first time. And then he goes and tells everyone after coming from Varunaloka, he goes and tells to all the Vrajavasis. So Krishna looks like he's like God or something like that. Then everybody is speaking about that. So Krishna understands that they are talking about the Aishwarya aspect of Krishna. So then they all come to Krishna and then say, so if you are God, can you show us your abode? So Krishna thinks, they are in the most sweetest part, which is the Gokula, and then they're asking for Krishna's abode, something higher. They are thinking they are in the higher most position. So to show that that portion is not very sweet. So what does Krishna do? Krishna actually shows. Krishna dips them into that water. There is a name for that place also. I forgot. It's there in Vrindavan also. And then he raises them up, and then they see Krishna is there, and then the Krishna is worshipped by Vedas personified there, and everybody is glorifying and chanting Krishna like that. And then they are all seeing that Krishna is worshipped, so not Vishnu, that is Krishna. Krishna is worshipped like by everyone so opulently and so on. And then after seeing that, they say, oh, no, 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 this is not going to work for us. we don't want that. We want to stay in whatever the place we were in. So they come back and then they forget everything after that. Krishna's Yoga Maya covers their knowledge. So there it shows that even though they have seen that portion which is Krishna showing, that is Goloka. They are in Gokula, and then Krishna shows Goloka, where Krishna is being worshipped very opulently. And then still they don't like that. And then from that episode, Krishna shows actually Gokula is much more sweeter than Goloka.
Thank you, Prabhu. Vedas personified are also present in the Vaikunta, which is just above the Satyaloka, right, Prabhu?
The Vedas personified
The,
Satyaloka.
like, yeah,
Sat- I'm
above
not sure whether
Satyaloka.
Vedas personified are there. Puranas personified are there, but I'm not sure about Vedas personified. Oh, yeah, Vedas personified are there. We have like Upanishads they are discussing in Satyaloka. Yeah, they are also there. Correct.
Yeah, just above Satyaloka, there is one Vaikuntha Loka, right, Prabhu, where the Manvantara Avtara stays. There, there also Vedas personified stay that I heard from. in my Bhakti Vaibhav classes. So, like they are simultaneously present in different abodes of the Lord to glorify the Lord or something like that.
The Vedas personified are there in Satyaloka as well. It comes in Brigad Bhagavatamrita. So they can be in multiple places.
Okay.
Before the
Thank you, Prabhu.
creation of the universe, they actually wake up the Lord. If you look at the 87th chapter of 10th canto, they go and say, "Oh Lord, please wake up for the creation." They wake them up.
Okay, Prabhu. Sure. Thank you.
Fine.
So, Prabhu, you were saying, yeah, this picture. So you were saying about the Svetadvipa, right? So Svetadvipa is a Aishwarya Gokula. We can call it as an Aishwarya Gokula.
Aishwarya Gokula is called Goloka.
So Aishwarya Gokula is called as Goloka. That is the Shvetadvipa. The corner is it is there. You have showed, right?
The outer white portion, this
The
whole
whole outer white portion is Svetadvipa. That is Aishwarya
Goloka.
Goloka. Aishwarya Goloka. So Krishna, I mean, so Madura is there, Dwarka is there, Aishwarya Gokula is there, and another Gokula is there in between. In the center, it is there, right?
Again, Mathura is there. What you were saying?
Madura is there, Dwarka is there. Okay, Krishna.
Mathura is where he is talking about there is the Puri and the Gokula part is there. That part little bit is unclear, but other than that, you have separate Dwaraka and then you have Gokula and Goloka.
Okay, Gokula is the center part, yellowish part, right?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
The part. So the where Krishna resides with Radha and Gopis and Yashoda Maya Nanda Maharaj,
Right.
Astashakis and all.
Even the Goloka also,
Uh,
I think all of these associates are there, though I'm not sure, I don't see full description about the Goloka anywhere, like what is going to be there. But everywhere you have the description that, it's a very Aishwarya aspect is there. You have, the Shriya Kanta Kanta, all the like consorts are there, which
so
is,
maybe Dwarka mein Dwarka the vibes. I mean Dwarka in Dwarka vibes would be there.
it's not Dwaraka.
Hmm?
It is
It
not
is
Dwaraka.
not Dwaraka, but in Dwaraka he has the Aishwarya Bhav and he has his 10,608. I mean his wives are there, but in Goloka, Aishwarya Goloka, I don't know who will reside Prabhu there.
So here he says,
Hmm.
Vivaha abhave api swakiyatvam tatra paryavasanam. So he says Vivaha abhava. So there is no marriage in
Yes,
Goloka also between the gopis and Krishna.
yes, yeah.
But swakiyatva is there. Swakiya means like, one's
Again, marriage only, right? Prabhu Swakiya means.
Swakiya, Swakiya need not be marriage. Maybe you can say like that, but maybe some girls who are aspiring to attain Krishna as their husband.
Mhm.
That you can call it a Sokiya, I guess.
Okay.
Parakiya means where, like, you're like, it's a,
So there is Sri Radha and Krishna and Gopis Parakhiya. So that is in Gokula in the center point, right? It's
but
in
there are some gopis who aim for attaining Krishna as their husband.
that is in Aishwarya Goloka, no?
Even in Gokula also you have there, but in Aishwarya Goloka you have Vivaha. There is no Vivaha, but then there is a Sokiya. What is that? Who are all that? That detail is not given.
So Vivaha Bhave pi bole to no, na, no, not Vivaha. It is considered as Vivaha Bhave, right?
Vivaha Abhava.
Abhava, no Bhava of Vivaha.
Hmm.
Mhm. Okay. So, yes, Prabhu. So in the center point, in the last question, the center point, yellowish color, Gokula is there. So Madhura and Gokula together are there because you said in Madhura there is a Puri and then Gokula, right? So in the
So
center part.
here he says Mathura Mandalam.
Mm.
So Mathura Mandalam, he says Gokula Rupam, Pura Rupam cha, he says. So there is Gokula as well as Pura.
Pura. Madhura is the Pura, right? So
So
yeah.
probably my understanding is this is not the city Mathura what we are talking about.
Mm.
Most likely this is some other city because here he has already established that it is greater than Vaikunta, which is basically Goloka. And um, Madhupuri, he says, Vimsha Yojana Atmika, 20 yojanas. The size is 20 yojanas. One yojana, sometimes people say it is 8 kilometers or whatever, or 8 miles or whatever. But then, so it has 20 yojanas, and within that 20 yojana, you have Gokula and Pura, that is city. I don't know which city it is. I'll take a look at this is coming from Laghu Bhagavatamrita, what Vidya Bhushan says, and I can take a look into it. So if you look at it here, he quotes Upadeshamrita also. He says, Vaikunta Janitaha Vara Madhupuri. The Madhupuri is greater than Vaikunta, but then he says here also Vaikunta means Goloka only. So it is talked about Goloka, not the Vishnu Vaikunta. So he's Goloka, better than Goloka is Madhupuri. And within that Madhupuri, you have Vrindavana, forest, because there is where Rasa dance has happened. And then within that Vrindavana.
This is Vaikunta Janita Haina. I mean, this one. This is Dwaraka. I mean, Haripashad Prabhu explained this is Dwaraka.
But he says it is iti atra api Vaikuntat Golokat iti eva yujyate. Replace Vaikunta with Goloka, he says.
Vaikunta with Goloka. Okay. Aishwarya Goloka. I don't know. I have to check again. Yeah, Prabhu, you also please just find out and I mean, next week if possible.
So this below commentary is of Jiva Goswami, Prabhu?
No, this is Mukunda. So, who is this? Don't ask me. Banu Maharaj quotes this, and he seems to be well versed in. Many times he gives very nice details. Maybe he's an associate of the Lord. I do not know, but
Banu Maharaj?
Banu Maharaj refers to his commentary sometimes. In its footnotes, many times he mentions. And whatever the verses he is quoting, it's all from Laghu Bhagavatamrita.
So he says that in that verse, Vaikunta has to be replaced with Goloka.
Yes, correct. That's what he says. Where is it?
The NOI, Nectar of Instruction verse.
Iti atra api, even here also, Vaikuntat Golokat iti eva yujyate. You have to, basically use Golokat here instead of Vaikunta, which Vaikunta means you have to use it as Goloka. That's what he says.
Then if the meaning is coming, then more than Goloka, Madhupuri is better, right?
Yes.
And what is Madhupuri? That is Mathura?
Yes.
Madhupuri is what here it says. Madhupuri, Vimsha Yojana Atmika. It is of 20 yojanas. Mathuram. So he says that is Mathura or Mathura Mandalam.
Yeah, Madhura only. Madhupuri means Mathura.
Gokula Rupa and Pura Rupa. Two things are there.
Yes, Prabhu. After you study everything, you tell us on the map what is what.
Yeah. Maybe we need to do some reconciliation. I was leaving at the last moment. I'll talk about it next week. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu.